Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new series of Crusader Kings 3 here on the Lord Master channel, as this is the episode 3 of Harran, which is set in and around Harran, of course. But as you can see, the man in the middle is the Lord of Harran, Wali Thabit ibn Qura, to be exact. Although he's dressed like this because he's a bit under the weather. He's ill, but he'll get better soon enough. Now, next to him is his Serbian wife, Draga. And then there's his son, who is recently became an adult. He recently came of age and had a martial education, which is particularly unusual in not only the house, but also our tradition as a Missionary culture, because normally we would be more pensive and get into more of the learning and stewardship and such. But he took that education because that's his path, and he serves as one of the Feruzim. And now, this episode will be mainly about that grand wedding that's upcoming. And before I continue, I did have prior practice of playing this new DLC, the then new DLC of Tours and Tournaments, as you can see down there. Where usually when I do grand weddings, it's usually done for me as a ruler. But this is actually the first time that I've done it for a child of a ruler, because it's this man here who's going to get married, even though he's a Haranian, and he's going to get married to a girl who was originally a Muslim and later raised as a apostolic Christian, the Armenian Apostolic Church, because we're under the Armenian Principalities, which is not good, because they don't seem too friendly for us Haranians, whereas the Muslims were a bit more friendly to us. So they were a bit more amenable for that. So let's continue on, as this focus of the episode is let's raise some money within 3 years, before 3 years, and raise enough money to pay for that wedding. Which, of course, we could do that right now. I mean, look at the cost. I mean, obviously it's going to be in Harran, where you're going to put it in your capital, which will lead to a gold gain, or you make some money back. And this would lead to a piety gain, because you are sitting in a holy site, which is Harran, for our Haranian faith. So this is what it would normally cost when you have entertainment, food and drinks, and wedding venue, normally. But as I'd like to get more renown, the only change I would make is go from this to this. But look how much that costs. 270 more gold. I mean, to me that's ideal, but I can't guarantee it. But I still would like to get the opinions of others up as well. And this is just revelry and prestige gain, which feels is a little unnecessary to me. Again, I could spend it right now, but it would leave me with 6 gold. So it would be better to save some, as I am more focused on wealth these days. I may be a generous man, but the man's got to pay for the wedding for his son, alright? And also in that previous episode, I got 2 books. Fine Corpus Hermeticum and the Haranian on solving mathematical problems. Yes. No court artifacts to speak of, because I don't have a royal court. We're not kingdom tier. Far from it. And plus we're looking for secrets, because this man here, this orphan, this evil son of a beeswax, who was a man that has no morals, But I gotta know if he did it with his hands or just executing prisoners. I mean, he's very greedy and very rational, is that man. But he spends a lot as well. That man ain't right. I can tell you that right now. And where's the Caliph going? Traveling towards Bada because of hot springs. He's going all the way to Bada for hot springs there? I mean, the roads will be safe over there. But I failed to recall if there were any of those so-called hot springs out there. And plus, the Abbasid Caliphate itself, the political situation is rather precarious. Because we have a liege, well, he's not my liege. I'm a liege of a liege of a liege. Where he is craven. Which means should any factions form against it, he's likely going to accept them. Because I fear that, who is that man? I don't recognize him. Respect. Did the old man croak? I shot. Yeah, he died. Cancer, just 2 years ago, and I didn't even pay attention. How about that? So this is the man to watch out for. I mean, he may be a content paragon. Very honorable, very generous. He's a minority. Doesn't have a great education. And his heir for now is his sibling. Right. So now our focus is let's have more money. Don't go crazy with the spending. Culture diverged. Created Khaliji, a diverged culture of Bedouin. Diverged from there. And that new culture you just created just now, you decided to adopt the old Elamite language. You're still keeping all those things. Yes, I said Elamite, I didn't stutter. It's referring to the Kuzi there. Formed from, as the last vestige of the ancient Elamites after the Arab conquest. You know, when I decided to do the Harranian series, I even considered doing a Kuzi series, even though there are no landed Kuzi characters. But I noticed that later this year, the Legacy of Persia is going to come out, so I will not do any playthroughs that is in the general vicinity of the lands of Iran or anywhere that is Iranian culture related. So that's the reason why in that playthrough I'm over there, while I'm staying clear of all of the Iranian world, knowing that there's going to be changes coming for the Legacy of Persia DLC later this year, on the 4th quarter of the year. So it could be out on October, November, or December. Likely December, my guess. But anyways, the Kuzi culture, it's part of Rice mod for the Kuzistan flavor pack. It's unique to this, the people of the Kuz, so just want to look at it real quick. For generations, the Kuzis have been stigmatized by their neighbors, who even use their name as a term of insult. Many have menial jobs at the courts of powerful nobles and royals, such as bathroom attendants and wet nurses, which grant them a degree of influence behind the scenes. All cultures descend from Kuzi, and Kuzi itself, where they have this tradition, automatically get the lowly menial's innovation, which has negative effects, like reduced domain limit, diplomacy, and prestige. By taking the decision to elevate the cozy community, not only is Millennials innovation removed from all cultures that have it, but this tradition is also upgraded to provide better bonuses as well. This is that tradition we're talking about. Innovation. Excuse me. That's just -2 diplomacy, minus the prestige, the main limit. So, yeah. It's a marginalized culture. Whereas I'm a marginalized faith, but Muslims still like us, but not to these Armenian Christians, which they're starting to encroach it down here. Guess they did get rid of the minority faiths. I mean, the Radonites are still there in that area. Or they kind of moved out and they went that way. In the general vicinity. Well, they're doing their job, whereas I kicked out the Sunni Muslims out of the Sunni minority out of Harran. Because we want to keep it Harranian. Culture's kind of like whatever to me. As long as it has certain innovations like Ledger for additional building slots. That I would like. There's a small minority of Assyrian and Nestorian Christians here, but I don't mind one bit. Warriors from another realm have robbed the peasantry, which means people who have traveled my realm, through my realm, they did an event that causes a negative effect to the count. Liver. Remember the deadline. You have 3 years to fulfill your promise. Basically before she turns 19. This morning, Saba has had an interesting conversation with me, where the Marshal underscored the possibility of planning border raids in order to increase my golden prestige. This is only possible because I'm still a minor force at the world stage, and fortunately in our age and time laws and customs are very fluid and forgiving of such minor aggressions. While one cannot hope to become rich with such minor endeavors, it is true the raids could provide some direly needed funds and prestige to me. Should he pick the right decision in order to plan a border raid? An idea worth considering. By the way, since I have a son, yeah, you're in charge now. You're the new, the Martian. Start improving. Start training commanders. I know you have it in you. And you will be loyal to me. And also gonna get you married in a few years. In my meeting with my spy master, Nicola told me that one of her worries regarding my personal safety. As I've occurred rivals or nemesis, there's a risk that these persons might plan an assassination on me, not only through a subterfuge scheme, but also a direct attempt on my life. As things stand, Nicola advised me it would be wise to get rid of my rivals and nemesis in order to increase my future security. In the knowledge, the threat is just theoretical. I am supposed to are appointed to see and prepare for the dangers at every corner of my life can possibly be on the line, and I must decide what to do. Thank you for the warning. Just go look for the secrets of that coordinate and come back here quickly, before something terrible may happen to me. And soon. You mentioned border raid, right? No, not till 2 years. Which in those 2 years, gonna need it for possible money. Or risk a raid. Peasant revolt. As I woke this morning and observed the first rays of sunshine, it took me a moment to realize I slept soundly for the first time in weeks. I did not wake up coughing once. They all take too damn long. Looking for potential places to raid. Unless you want to go right on their doorstep, but you'll be on their hills, and you do not want to fight in the hills. You know what? I'm gonna risk it. First ever raid. And my son's gonna lead. Go all the way to Sudik. This little independent entity of an Armenian state. It has a small Sunni minority. I want that money. And don't get killed. Rogue servant. A lowly scholar's been stealing from my household. A woman cowers before me, sniveling about hungry children and please, my lord, I'll do anything you ask. No, listen. I know it goes against me as a kid. I'll just imprison her. I just got an idea to align us to my interests. Perhaps I could argue that in the interest of all Sunnis that support me rather than any other Harani ruler. Whew, that's a big opinion game. That's what I wanted out of you. I believe I can make a very convincing argument. And he is convinced. There. You're just content adventure. Look, I just wanted to... yeah. And I want you out of here. That's your punishment. It's banished. Stealing money from me is banishment. And she went up there. Go figure. We just gotta get there fast before the others will. As soon as I see my rival and vassal I saw on the other side of the temple, I start to turn around. But to my surprise, Draga waves the fool kindly towards us. He has agreed to meet you on neutral ground. It is unfortunate that two generous men such as yourself are feuding. Do you not think it's time to make amends? Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. We're trying to reconcile here. We had a little fight over a sword, and then, what? Yes, we fought over a sword. That happened on a previous episode. You might be right. Let's just kiss and make up. Don't take it too literally, though. Had the goal to extort your subjects. Yeah. Now I can get back to doing what I love doing, and that is learning other people's languages. Any Sogdians around? Because I want to learn the Sogdian language. Because we had a few Sogdian visitors during the last 2 episodes. Especially the last one. We had a political writer, and we had an agent. A peasant revolt. While performing duties in Dekli has uncovered a secret held by Wali Ali of Nisibet. It seems we might be starting to see the truth of the false god Allah. Well, of course, his fellow souls are unlikely to be as understanding as me. The sign of a weak soul. Hey, you got any money? I can blackmail you. Because I needed to pay for the wedding. It's time. Golden obligations. Good. I mean, look. I know I'm supposed to be generous, but damn it, wedding's more important. Amir-san, you too. Pay me big. There should be no assassination attempts, so keep looking for secrets over there. Really close to having a mental break. And it's not time to meditate yet. Oh, I forgot about you. Well, I'm very learned. Yeah, why not? You do it, Draga. Chance to improve the relations. Wonder what those lines are like. They've been raided. Damn it. Almost there. Just don't take too long while you're up there, because you do not want to fight in their mountains. You're here to get the money, and that's that. And it's worse if you fight in their hills. I don't want you to get hurt or captured. Because you got 2 years. I would like to make the grand wedding as grand as possible. Following the death sentence of a lowly thief, I asked my daughter Gunnar what she thought. She claims she learned a lesson about not reaching for more than one can handle. Overreaching can be terribly dangerous. Your approach me running into her. My lord, I've heard that you are studying the Sogdian language. My father was a merchant, and he could learn any language in no time at all, she says. The secrets are in this manual. I have no use for it, as I cannot read, apart from the reasonable sum. To be real honest, I don't really need that. Poppycock, get out of here, charlatan! Can only carry 58 gold, mind you. It's gonna take too damn long. captured his cousin and his courtier. Ransomed, yes. But I don't think they would ransom for her. I don't think you would want to ransom her, do you? Otherwise they'll say unimportant courtier. Yeah, unimportant. I wish I was raiding personally because I have this fine sword, but no need to rush into things. 33 gold, should it suffice? Now, get home. Off they go again, they're about to go raiding again. Surprised nobody ever disturbed that realm. Oh hell, this is what I feared. But fortunately, I guess, no, this isn't an independence war. This is a war against tyranny. What this means is, should the rebels lose, they're gonna imprison them, and titles are gonna get revoked. But I am not part of the rebellion, and neither does he. So we should be fine. It's like, yes, you're on the offensive. But I am not part of the war. I'm not the criminal here. Actually, check again. Yeah, it's the Bagtruni royal family is to blame. Son, Nan has been shown up promising to recruit. And may not be as noble a stock as you, my father. But on my name, I swear that Idra is someone you would want on your side. A local Syriac, Harran, who has a lisp but an organizer. Oh, good. We do need an organizer to get in and out fast during raids. Come on in. Now hurry up and get back to Harran. But I feared that Harran might be one of the places that's going to get besieged. And we can do nothing about that. But regardless, Grand Wedding will still be on no matter what. We have 19 months to fulfill that promise. Army of Mugan. Hey, it's those guys from there. We can raid them, actually. A deviant, huh? I don't suppose you have any money in you, do you? Oh, you got money. Okay, excellent. Pay me. And now here comes 33 gold. Glad that the Caliph has the courage to resist those Armenian demands. These tiles are going to get revoked. I'm going to be back with the Caliph. Going to be back to ruling with the Muslims, and then we're golden. And we have about 16 months left. So they're heading It's only 77. This is an Egyptian affair. And since you are over there, this is an excellent opportunity to go raid Baku and then get back here. But the problem is it's 10 months and then you won't be back here. Hydra, you're in charge now. Want my son to be in court so we can prepare him for the wedding. While the raid will continue. We just want to get in and out. We'll be there in 8 months instead of 10. Go ransack Baku. Not only to raid this area, and whatever he's got at court of his immediate family, we'll ransom out of it. We do have enough money to get to the part of the grand wedding I want, and that's to, you know, and that is to have this silver and gold, because I want the renown. While my son in Harran knows a thing or two about troop compositions, Valia Draga thinks it's time to widen his horizons. I could acquire some new tomes, perhaps a few assignments, and tutor him a little. Which subject do you think would benefit Sanaa the most? Spy network management, because his intrigue is rather low. So, get it up a little. Learning Sogdian is hard. Really hard. Feels like there's no more room in my head. It's full. As soon as one word enters my mind, another falls into the abyss of forgetfulness. I struggle with every lesson. I'm making no progress whatsoever. Fortunately, Valirad Mutaidid is always there for me. Keep it up, my benign friend. I believe in you. And he keeps saying, I am really blessed. I can always lean on to him for support. He's the future caliph. How many months do we have left? 14. There's still time to go meditate. I'm gonna go to the arid scrublands of Saruj. You know, get away from the capital a little, in case that place becomes a war zone. All packed and proper. We've finally come to the point where we can start our journey from Harran to our next destination of Saruj. To depart from holding them, let's start treading new ground. I'm sure we'll return soon and in one piece. So, yes. 6 months for meditation. While they go out and raid, or make a little money. And here comes the armies of the Caliphate. As we pass through the Medina Saruj, a jubilant loco approaches my entourage. His smile stretches from ear to ear. I discern he's offering me a warm welcome, but the finer aspects of his speech are sadly lost on me. Be that as it may, I wave my attentive companions and return his joyful greeting. I could hardly imagine more than an excellent choice to practice my Sogdian. And there he is, Sogdian Muslim. Hey, join us on a journey to Harran. Come meditate with me and then join my court. He's an eager reveler, an administrator. So, come join us. You got 1 year. Be careful when you come back. Hate to be in their way. After lots of hard work, I finally learned the Sogdian language. Alright. Send a letter to him. Anything else? Let's see. As a reminder, people. Thabit speaks Arabic, Aramaic, Greek, Serbo-Croatian, Armenian, Kurdish, West Iranian, which is mainly Persian, Khwarezmian, and Sogdian. There's still room for 2 more languages that I would like to learn. Do we have contact with the Turco-Hethalites? They speak the East Iranian language. Yeah. Learn East Iranian, which is also the language of the Khotanese Saka. If I had my druthers, I would also like to learn Chinese or Italian. Something along those lines. Yes, we do have contact with Italians, so... yeah. Vernaculo. Go figure. Or make it easier and just go for nearby Kartuli, the Georgian language. Yep, the Chaos Army is going to go crush the Armenians to teach them a lesson, and then titles are going to get revoked, and where will this duchy go? Who knows? I'm just in it for the ride, so my land is not threatened. They're not in the way. They're going after the lands of Armenia and its principalities. You better hurry up, because you better start raiding right now. Raid here first, so that way the modifier could be active. The dryer of the shrublands filled my lungs and scarred my skin. The remote location was a significant boon, giving me a welcome reprieve from the daily problems I typically have to deal with at court. I lose a bit more stress. Good. Coming back home. And I brought the Sogdian guy with me. There, you're being raided. What that means is he cannot disband his army in order to return home and defend his land from us raiders. Had to be smart here. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna make some cash here. Even though they'll be back here by the time the wedding is being set up. Then we're gonna spend well, and then we're gonna come back. Then, if there's any tournaments or hunts, I will not be joining any of them, because time is of the essence. That's for starters. Okay. So now go raid Baku. Then once you're done, raid Shamakha, and then return home and stay away from the Abbasid army. Safest place for you to go through this mountain pass. So I don't know. We'll figure it out on the way. We will have that promise fulfilled. I have the money for it. How much land does that man hold exactly? 1. Okay. He's at the Libyan Sea. Oh, he's very far. There's a deep, endless hole in my heart. Harran was a constant companion and confidant, to which having ripped from my life feels like a mortal wound which I'll never recover. My hand clasps the note he gave me, the last note he will ever give me. I realize, bitterly, as I try to read it, all I could do is move away from my face, that the precious words contained with it are not washed away by my tears. Though there is a crowd of many mourners around me, I've never felt so alone. My best friend is dead. Do you want to know what happened to that man? Died of pneumonia. How did he contract pneumonia? Oh. Oh man, I don't want to have that. I will never forget this day, so this could happen either way, so 22% chance that I'll experience some level of catharsis or I lose stress, 25% chance that my grief flows freely, 31% chance that my grief overwhelms me, or 20% chance I fall into depression, which I would gain the melancholic trait, which isn't always fun. But I'll be gaining stress regardless. I experienced some level of catharsis. I just gotta remember. I mean, yes, it was a sad day of my life, but in just a few months, I'm gonna have one of the happiest times of my life to be a witness to my son, who's gonna get married. Yeah, we're gonna have issues, you and I. Capture the Amir's wife. Tokari origin. Backtree language. That's quite a language. Oh, he cannot afford it. Oh, then. A little bit more cash out of this. Now go raid there quickly. Maybe we can get our last few gold pieces. There's 27 gold, then it should be full. Spies digging for secrets have been plaguing my court, and imagine my surprise to find that you are an employee of Immersion. Please put an end to this travesty immediately. Yeah, the former brother-in-law. Well, is brother-in-law. And he's traveling towards, let's see, whatever that man is doing. Well, I'll just say, I know nothing of any spies I have. I don't know what you're talking about. We're trying to dig for secrets to look for some more people to get hooks on. Blackmail. Money. Wild foreigner duties. That's my man. Darkly has uncovered a secret held by Wadi Masood of Kirk. He is the man behind the failed murder attempt against Amir Musa, who died some years ago, succumbed to fatal apoplexy. And to thank you, whatever sinks so low. You done it big time. Pay up. And it's a strong hook too, which means I could get it out of every 5 years. There, it's full. Okay, they've already occupied a few areas. And, well, they're back and they're mad. Yeah. We have to go the long way around. Yeah, the scenario will no doubt heading to besiege Manaskat. So I would go that way, steer clear of there, and make it back home. It'll be a 9-month, 10-month trip for you, as we'll be dead set with the grand wedding right now. So let's set it up. Can't wait any longer. A grandiose celebration of a union of a couple. However, this is not just a wedding ceremony. It's a public show of influence, and a social event where the nobility gather and practice the arts of diplomacy, seduction, and murder, or to share a drink with friends. And I've been under a lot of stress, so I need to get that reduced. My best friend just died. It was a sad time, but I experienced some form of catharsis, and I'm going to experience one of the happiest times in my life, to be a witness of something. So it'll be held here in Harran, which will lead me to some gold gain and some piety gain. Life will be here. So instead of garlands and torches, it's silver and gold. An unapologetic display of boundless riches and enough servants for each guest to have their personal cupbearer. So increased opinion gain with my courtly vassals, which my guy isn't. I will gain renown and prestige for this. Glory Hound and courtly vassals will gain more opinion. And I will gain magnificent host once this is all said and done, which will definitely help with the monthly prestige, renown gain. Also, experience gain for diplomacy and stewardship lifestyle. Okay, anything else that I could make adjustments to? Nope. Everything's too expensive now. So this we're gonna have, you know, acrobats and musicians, which the staple performers at any respectable court. Which the parochial and zealot vassals will gain more opinion rate. Average prestige gain. We'll have food and drinks, which is appropriate banquet that please all guests. Which parochial and zealot vassals gain opinion. The average opinion gaining all attending characters. And these characters that might be in attendance, well, obviously those who don't view me highly. And Calv is busy. Amir Hassan will be there, of course, as he's doing poor, so at least he'll be around to witness that. The Amir of Kaman Shah will be here. Amir Hassan, the missionary of the Alavid. Where is that at? Oh, it's further in Iran. Prophet Rabbinik, Pars, a Persian Jew. Wow, Persian Jewish. Okay. Well, we don't know that, if that's even it. Because there's two kinds. Anyways. And again, I would like to have. Again, I'd like to have recreation, but also, when people get here, I might consider switching diplomacy to attempt to gain an alliance with somebody. So, we'll have some money left over. It's just it's more expensive than it absolutely needs to be. Let's begin. So, Nazi's is on the way. 9 months till it begins. So here's how it's going to go. There's the planning, and there's going to be the ceremony, the banquet, and then the wedding night, and that's that. You can stop looking for secrets now. You can come back here because I want you to be here for this. But I'll tell you who isn't going to be here. The Assyrian. The Syriac man. Kamala comes of age. A natural administrator from birth. It surprised no one that Kamala has come far in her studies of management of Rome, displaying a thorough understanding of the flow of gold and the wanderings of people. She even expresses a remarkable creativity in dealing with these matters. They grow up fast. Oh, and by the way, I want you to come to the wedding because you're all grown up now, and I want you to be here to witness your brother getting married. The latest work of my acquaintance, Wale Fari's become whole rage at court of late. Peace deals of memory and what we left behind. And Fari's is publicly dedicated to me. The lament for the Wali. The mightiest men must leave this earth, no matter what realms they've been given birth, and hope for only memory's grace, so that the whole world remembers their face. So far I kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic to ignore for much longer. You can see the true heartfelt. Diligence runs in the family. It's going to take him 4 months while being chased. He's not an organizer. 7 months is already here. But will it truly begin? Has anybody arrived yet? Besides Mir Hassan? I'm still waiting for all the others. And I may consider switching my attempt to diplomacy. In case we have to deal with that liege one day. %. Shouldn't take long. They did win one battle. Hey, look, it's their fault, not us. $29 guests remaining, 27 remaining. They're gaining on us. Somebody wanted an Immersion, his son, the one who I'm starting to emulate in my endeavor to learn East Iranian, has started sending correspondence to me as I got several letters which she lauds my efforts to learn her language, calling both respectable and admirable. Feels good to get recognition for my hard work. Her handwriting is interesting. Are they heading to besiege that? Okay, we'll bypass that as well. Actually, that could be the next potential target. Change course. I want you to go over. Just avoid the Avastons. An alliance just expired because he died. Then what the hell are we doing this wedding for? He was slain in battle. That's what happened to him. Killed by this man who was also slain in battle. Did he die on the same day? 8th of August? 6th of August. Ooh, it must have been chaotic. Still waiting for the rest of the guests, although the alliance has expired. Hey, would you mind coming to the activity? Because, you know, your sister's getting married, and we would like to have this alliance back on once it's all made official and such. The grand wedding is cancelled, and you can no longer... Nazi became the regent and can no longer attend a grand wedding. Are you sure? will it count? Or do I get the money back? That's the question. And all the guests. The alliance is formed. That's what I wanted. But it's just how it begins. She is here as a courtier now. I'm a little confused, just hang on. Okay, the wedding ceremony starts, but even though they're already married, but we're doing it to make it official. So Sinan and Nazi are here, looking radiant in their best attire. At my signal, everyone get to position, the ceremony will begin. But is it really? Spiced wine vendors praise me. Why, thank you. I'm thinking. Of all the areas nearby that would be relevant to me. Commander Shah would be the one to talk to. If I can get a hold of him. So the grand wedding is still happening despite the fact that they're already married. They kind of rushed it because of extraordinary circumstances, because he got killed in action. That says our wedding's cancelled in the region. And they're like, no, we don't want you to be the regent. Get back to Harran. You've got to marry the man of your dreams. And it's like, yeah, you're right. And now she's here as a courtier. And our alliance with them is back on. But now, as the wedding ceremony is ongoing, we're gonna, get things rolling here. Jaga's impressed. The day has finally come. I couldn't be prouder of my Sinan, the beautiful groom. As the person standing by my side has unwillingly discovered. Look at him. Isn't he radiant? He's such a good match. Everything's perfect. As I finally turn around, I realize that my neighbor's none other than Amir Ahmed, Commander Shah. I can take advantage of this moment of connection. Important weddings make important allies, don't you think? And I might be willing to consider alliance with me too. I just need one alliance. And I failed to impress him somehow. That didn't work, so I'll try another target. Is that my next door neighbor? Because I live here. Just give me a moment. Oh no, that's way over there. Yeah, sure. What's your name again? The Missionary. It's by his nickname. Let's try him instead. I'm enjoying the ceremony I'm proud of what I could manage to organize. Everything's gone well so far, and as soon as I think I know it, I know I've jinxed it. Senate starts stuttering during the vows, severely mispronouncing his spouse's name. I could feel his eyes pierce the ground, urging me to intervene. I could still salvage the situation. So he's impressed with my smooth recovery. The ceremony's finally reached its climax. The traditional ritual's been completed. All that's left is the final vows, the formal consent, and a seal on the marriage. As both Sinan and Nazi say, as I do. The crowd starts cheering, and we all stand witness to the beginning of their life together. Excellent. And even more excellent, the war's about to end, and Armenia's gonna be, well, who knows. Just focus on the wedding. We'll talk politics later. Now it's time for the banquet. With all the formalities behind us, now it's time to celebrate. I signal for the servants to bring out the food and drinks, and to shepherd the guests to the feast venue. Let the wedding banquet begin. He's in prison now. Of all the buffoonery I've ever seen, Hall's eyes and name efforts to improve my relations with neighbors are good for nothing while there's declared as officially acknowledged Mufti of the Razak's claim. Mufti. Oh dear, what have you done? Supposed to make me friends, not enemies. Improving relations between us and the Armenians. Wally Deckers. It's no secret that I'm working hard in the East Iranian language. It seems becoming common knowledge amongst the Turco-Heptalite peasantry. They refer to me as the Wali Deckers. A flattering thing indeed. Even the lower nobles are lauding my efforts. It seems my efforts has brought the Samayun and the Turco-Heftalites closer together. Make them forget me, I cannot afford distractions. And I somehow failed learning that language. Start over. Offered respects to the Revenant. Gained 30 renown for it. Praise the roast swan. And now the wedding night. I can see all the guests satisfied and pretty tired, but the day's celebration's not over yet. I quickly organize a festive procession to lead the newlyweds to their bedchamber. Let's get the newlyweds celebrate privately. For us who remain, let's pour another drink. Let them do their thing while, just do whatever. A way shrine in Harran has recently gained fame for its blessings, supposedly granted to those who pray at it. Pilgrims and travelers are making their way in droves, seeking the boons it provides. Interesting. Gain a few more now. Ismat's come of age. Amateurish plotter, unfortunately. Plus, you're Serbian and not, you know. At least you do speak our tongue still. I failed the diplomacy attempt, but I did lose some stress of a few related things. When finally, as the last guests leave, I look at the deserted venue. The food leftovers, the spilled spiced wine on the floor. The echoes of people's laughter still linger in the air. You feel satisfied. What an amazing day. I did a very fine job organizing it. Thank you all for coming. So they're officially married. The wedding was never cancelled. And I gained magnificent oaths for 20 years. Because I'm 50 years old, so basically the rest of my life. And gain a little bit of gold back. Thank you all for coming. Same for 20 years. Okay, what's going on here? Still under Armenia, unfortunately. So what gives? Inherited via abdication. It's on a lesson, but this doesn't make it easier for us. Plus, it's all still within the family. At least you brought the gold back. I forgot to disband you. Now, what to do now? For the last frickin' time, attempt to do a border raid. Just try to get something out of it. And continue to develop the capital here. And due to my advanced stage, I think it's also going to be about time to do a few things here. Oh, I know. Begin fabricating the claim for this area next door. It'll take it 2 years. Oh, finally, a successful raid. 36 gold. Good enough. 2 years, huh? For once, we're going to reinforce relations with the Silk Road communities. Again, you can only take this once in a lifetime. And in my 50s, and based on the health that I may or may not be going through, I have to choose this. So, the Silk Road is the home of many different ethnic communities. It would be wise to reach out to the leaders of and elites of such communities in my territories, so we may mutually assist each other. So you will receive a character modifier for 10 years, the bonuses of which depend on which community you picked. The community you choose might support you in the long term through random events by unlocking new decisions for you. As we know in historical context, the lands of the so-called Silk Roads have been home to a blend of many different ethnicities, religions, and cultures then and now. In various urban centers, diverse communities of foreign origins often played major roles in local affairs despite their foreign origin. For example, the Chinese-dominated city of Donghuang had a significant Sogdian minority, some who rose to high rank. It was also home to many other ethnicities like Tibetans, Jews, and Tokharians. As a reminder, we live at the very end of the Overland Silk Road region. And there's many you could choose from. But based on the situation I'm in and planning on to expand, we'll wish to reinforce relations with the Steppe community. The Steppe peoples of the northern steppes are a contentious lot. While they're not always the most reliable, their skills as warriors and adventurers cannot be ignored if you seek to bolster your military. It is time to improve your contacts with the Steppe communities. So, Steppe communities are present in your lands because your capital lies on or near the land-based Silk Roads. This option increases the power of and chances of receiving gifts of special soldiers and character modifiers that improve the scheme power and advantage of battles from the local communities, and unlocks the decision to recruit steppe warriors. Let's do some networking. The lands and seas of the so-called Silk Road have been a vibrant melting pot of different peoples for generations, perhaps even before the rise of great empires of Han, Rome, or Persia. Thanks to these extensive networks, there are flourishing communities with origins from across Eurasia and even in my realm. Cooperating with them may be helpful if I am to achieve my ambitions. In particular, I decided to reinforce relations with the steppe communities in my realm. These northern nomads are feared by some and admired by others. With their mighty bows that never fail to miss and their horses that thunder across the steppe, few who doubt their abilities in war. Associating with the steppe warriors means others will respect me too. It'll cost you 15. But money's about to be spent elsewhere soon. As soon as the situation everywhere just calms down. Even though in actuality it's Armenia that's intervening. Wait for the situation to calm down, then I will go on a pilgrimage to Baghdad, which is another thing I wanted to do before I grow too old to do anything. Learn East Iranian. 9 out of 9. Very good. That's all the languages I know. Guess to the wedding of the century. Yeah, that's what we called it. Wedding of the century. My intention is to get this when I get to run on up. So that way I can use the reinforced relations more than once in a lifetime to get all the good benefits. %100% war score. First child again. Sounds like a fine name. Okay, the armies are no longer hostile, then I will... Too far away from here. This is going to be a worldly pilgrimage. I'm not too concerned about Piety right now. So, what's the difference between Pious and worldly? Pious is basically the regular pilgrimage that you see in past playthroughs. Worldly is some events that allow sightseeing actions. Taking these earn multicultural modifier completion. To smell the sweet strangeness of foreign air. Decipher the queer quirks of alien tongues. Could be anything better. Again, I tend to be Baghdad because it's unvisited, fairly short distance, and slightly increased cost. I wouldn't even dream going to Athens or Giza. I mean, these are all short routes, but Athens is the longest. But Baghdad first because of places to sightsee. My daughter Kamala, you shall be my caravan master. And look, you see these modifiers with the aptitude? Known languages. Speaking more languages can make a caravan master's job much better. Now, get me the Silk Road merchants, which just to help with the safety. And since I'm a bit picky about money these days, I'm just looking for other means to. I could hire these, but be safe. This is part of the more travel options mod, which depending on what traits you have, you get these more options here. I'm a diligent man, so it says, because I have diligent, either that or patient or paranoid. So I'm actually going to go slow on the travel. We're just traveling with Silk Road merchants to slow us down and be safe because we want to be safe and slow us down even more. So who's coming with me besides Kamal? Draga, my core physician, of course. My daughter Gunnar, because you have to go with Draga. My court shaman, who isn't doing well, but you must live long enough for you to see the day that, you'll be with. I can increase the size of the entourage, or I can bring just about everybody that I know of in the court to here. But now, just go for appropriate. Bring your bodyguards, a good knights, and perhaps a friend. Yeah. We're just traveling with merchants. Because of my high diplomacy and stewardship. One second. We'll get back to it. Add a little bit of diplomacy to it. Be safe. I like how the symbol is a turtle. It took me a while to figure out what that symbol is. So we're only spending 10 gold. So, 12% chance that I might gain a small amount of gold from a trade deal, depending on your diplomacy and stewardship. But let me customize the routes. There are some places that I have not yet visited. Up here, and then we'll go around there, in which we will visit Nineveh. Then we'll visit Samarra, the Great Mosque, and then we'll be in Baghdad, which I have not visited there. And after Baghdad, we don't want to go through that danger again. It's going to take a detour on this side of the Euphrates, and then we'll be back home. Nah, I like the routes. Just going on this side of the Tigris, and then we'll go on this side of the Euphrates, and then be back home. Only one location that has a medium chance of danger, and that's in Balad, which the reason for that is because of bandits are running rampant and the lack of county control, whatever the heck's been going on over there. That's why I want to travel with Silk Road merchants and just slow down on travel, take our time. It's a pilgrimage. Since I'm a generous man, I'll say that I'll be going for the altruism, as I seek to improve the lives of others by looking at opportunities to take altruistic actions. This often leads to an increase in popular opinion and piety. Zealous, generous, and provident characters may lose stress. Now, cost you 42. Ready? Our own kind. This is going to be the silk or merchant of the day. No need for mercenaries, it's just us. All the while prepared for my journey, I had this sense of serenity and knowing that everything will be alright. I am pleased to embark on this pilgrimage to Baghdad in order to get even closer to the One. Now more than ever, I feel certain he will watch over me on my travels. I can't wait. Visited the York fortress of Amida. Word of my arrival seems to spread to Nahang of Gigranagud, as our entourage is soon beset with countless serfs begging to be pleased with the royal touch. I could, of course, simply sprinkle a little water blessed by myself upon them, and they would surely be satisfied. But granting them blessed coins to soothe their infected areas would keep them happy and blessed for much longer. It's only for the local area, but it's at an area that I don't control of. A sprinkling of water should satisfy them. Mannequins have a religious head. The scenic route. The spiritual journey is grinding to a literal halt. My caravan master Kamala is looking around, frantically searching for the way forward. People are starting to notice. Kamala's face shifts to a grey nuance as she turns her gaze towards me, looking for answers to what to do next. We shall let the Supreme One guide the way. It's become more worldly, adding to the score here. There's that old Yazidi shrine there, which they lived there. Praster Nineveh, also known to some as Nineveh. Now you are entering into the danger zone here. No danger. If I traveled together with Ashraf and his merchant caravans, I've come across business opportunities I would not have otherwise. While in Balad, we were able to secure a favorable trade deal with the merchants that we met there. I could accept the deal as is, or risk it and haggle to get even more out of the other merchants. But they might refuse and the deal might fall through. I got plenty of money. How much are we getting? 20. Because of my high stewardship and diplomacy, let's haggle to get an even better deal. 83% chance that my haggle succeeds. But we gain nothing because we failed somehow. Typical. As I take notice that the performances of Dicklet in the council, or among informal vassal meetings, I sense she's ever more influential on decisions being made and the advice being given to me. It is no wonder that this political mastery improves her contribution and long-standing influence at large. She's a cunning politician, and a talented one at that. We have visited the House of Wisdom, and also, ever since they had this little update, before I even started this video series, that if you're going on a pilgrimage to places like Rome or Baghdad, in fact it's only Rome and Baghdad, where you get this event that relates to there. Now, passing through the gates of Baghdad, it is hard not to reflect on having reached the traditional center of Arabic speaking and the Islamic world. At the outskirts of the inner city, I find myself surrounded by minor palaces, kitchens, and bakeries. Towering above us at all times is the green dome of the Palace of the Golden Gate. My daughter and caravan leader, Kamala, glances at me thoughtfully. Father, we could spend some time here to study their customs. We can take our sweet time. That's all I could say about it. Because I've been playing it safe on the travel. So let's learn what we can here. So, Kamal has improved chances of a positive outcome with this option. With the lowest chance, 44% chance that I gain great insights on my stay here, and gain an inspiring rule perk. 55% chance that I learn new things back then. 0 on the last two. Gain the inspiring rule perk. You just bypassed it. So monthly prestige per powerful vassal on the council. Go for cutting cornerstones. I recall there's structures that I'm gonna have to spend my money on to improve them further. I'm finally here, body and soul at the Great Temple of Baghdad. As the head priest offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that happened for the gods to bring me here at this moment in time. I have walked the holy path, which as a pilgrim you can travel a little faster and have a little more travel safety, because you've traveled so much. Haggled in the markets there. As I enter the sacred grounds, I find Kamala staring at the altar of the absent expression. Kamala, I called her. My lord, she says unfazed. I have something to ask you. I hope you can forgive me. This place has moved my soul and agitated my spirit the way I thought inconceivable. The One has spoken to me, and his voice is clear, severe, precise, and it keeps going and going and going. The only sound I can hear now is the whole world has gone quiet. If I could stay behind, I would like to devote my life to it. Devote your life to it? You've been good to me. I understand you have your intelligence. There's more for you here. Plus, this is a worldly pilgrimage. So I'll say, drop that nonsense immediately. Me and my wife bonded over this shared spiritual journey. Donated the funds to the holy sites. Okay, I gained money, now I lost. During our pilgrimage to Baghdad, I can't help but return to the local market, pursuing their wares. One stand in particular catches my attention. The merchant grins and proclaims, I have the wares, if my lord has the coin. These exotic goods presented would surely make a nice profit back home. Maybe I could even save them as a gift. Exotic wares? Remarkably exotic wares. Because of my high stewardship. These over there look intriguing. Remarkably exotic wares, so... These characters carrying exotic wares can be sold back at home. And compared to this, there's characters carrying remarkably exotic wares that can be sold back home. I should easily be able to triple this. Give me it. I gained a 5 trade experience of Wanderer. For the charity. Markets of Baghdad are bustling with merchants and languages that I never heard, and selling spices that I've never tasted. Guide of the Pilgrim. Learn the safest routes. Discover the marvels of Baghdad, one of them yells, moving a small book in my direction. This book here, described as safest routes for pilgrims, as well as points of interest to Holy Site. It's only +1 diplomacy and a tiny bit of monthly piety. Because of my high learning and high diplomacy combined, this option. I'm sure I've seen this book before. So, pilgrims will become more worldly, and I will gain local expert for 10 years. 80% chance that nothing happens, or 20% chance that I gain 1 diplomacy. And thanks to the pilgrimage, that will be ongoing for the rest of this journey, for back home, travel will be a lot safer. Let me take a look. And if you take this turn... Oh gosh, the Armenians are at it again. It's tyranny. By the 1, what are they doing? And I haggled a little bit of money back. I'm not greedy, I'm just generous. It's just, sometimes money's gotta be, you know, gotta get it somewhere. As our time at this sacred site draws to an end, I may have missed out on the odd worldly opportunity. I'm overall happy with the experience. This being my first pilgrimage, while no pilgrimage is exactly alike, I feel confident that I'm more familiar with what to expect from this type of spiritual journey in the future. Baghdad, it's been an honor. I was a sheltered pilgrim, and then I'll be an intrigued pilgrim. So this character is accepting of other cultures and expressions for the next 5 years. So people of different faiths and cultures will be liked. And because of the esotericism tenet, I've gained a wise man trait, which is a virtue in our religion. A little bit of learning. Now, we got about 4 months left to travel. Unless you want to change routes. Which you could do that. Gain a bit of experience as seasoned and wanderer. Take a detour. We're gonna go visit this place. Oh, maybe can we go to Antioch as well? And this over there. And then we'll be back home. Again, no danger. I'm just only going as close as there. And these will be saved for the future pilgrimage towards Giza if I want to go there. Serious, we're extending it. And maybe possibly more trade opportunities in the Silk Road. And then we'll be back home. So change course, Kamala. Somehow we missed Samara. Alright, let's try this again. My haggling fails. Oh, this event popped up twice? Well then, let's try it again. 64 gold! Oversleeping. Yesterday our travels in Suka al-Abbas were rather grueling, and I was so exhausted that I overslept. The rest of my entourage didn't want to wake me up, saying they were worried I would not be in a right state of mind if they didn't give me enough time to rest. For the rest of this journey, we increase a little bit of travel speed. I'll be careful not to oversleep again. Be careful when you're traveling in the winter. And now the scenic route. Yukana just died. He was in that entourage with us. Oh my goodness. That's great learning. That means you'll get this done faster. Visit the Citadel of Aleppo. 35 gold. Perhaps we can make this deal better. Gain 91. Visit the Citadel of Antioch. We stop by the town of Antakya. It's Antioch. For a quick rest. This town is known locally for its amenities, being a center of leisure. Several guards in my entourage got distracted by the pretty local Ilan girls, Greek girls. We need to go soon. Perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to rest some more. Yeah, why not? Let's spend a week. Local entertainment. Everybody gets one. Everybody in this entourage is entertained, so we spend a week here. And at the same time, we were still trading. And let's keep haggling. 132 gold! It's a hell of a gamble. We will end this episode as soon as we return to Harran. Now, one last bit of this road trip. To visit the Imperial Colonnade. Haggle. 68 gold. And this is from Marshall. Stop. Why the hell not? In case if I declare any wars at this point. Now we're on our way home. Keep it up. 67. We're really rich. And here we go again. Check the percentages. It's 12%, and how can we keep getting lucky? 132. $69. And now an opposing man is here. Standing on the road ahead of us. I am Hussein of Azaz. I've bested dozens of men in combat. And honestly, all those fights are dull. So here I am on this road looking for someone better than me. Someone I can learn from. If you could best me in combat, I'll become a valuable and loyal servant. And so on this day, I demand one of you in a fair fight. Okay, you ugly bastard. You might be less valuable out there, man. This isn't going to end well. I win! Danger. Well, it's a small chance of that happening. It's 10%. A road takes us to treacherous parts of the road. While I scan for any dangers ahead, a rustly bush grabs my attention. Could it be a wild animal? I brace myself on the impact. Hussein jumps out of the bush instead, holding a plant. You scare me, Hussein. Alright, let me see what you have here. Some kind of fruit accent. Yes, it smells so delicious. Wonder what it tastes like. Maybe just a little, if I take it just a little bite. You eat it. Reinvigorates the body and mind. How about that? Alright. Got this claim fabricated. Leech didn't like that. Tal Amar is home to a famous way shrine that happened to be passed by. Locals tell us it isn't common for travelers to spend even a few days praying there, for it is said that doing so will ensure a safe passage for one's journey. I'm unsure how helpful praying at this site would be, but I should at least pay my respect to the one while here. I'll spend several days in prayer here. I could wait a few. My journey has been a long one, but I've finally come home again. While much remains the same, something has changed in how the diviners and the head priests treat me. I've undergone the journey of a holy man, and they insist. There's a change about me where I can see myself enough. It's good to be home. I had fun on this road trip, basically. With that large amount of money that I have no idea what to spend. So maybe perhaps in the next episode, we should hold a tournament. Or go on another pilgrimage, because, you know, Giza in particular. I mean, we could go for another round since I had so much of a great time, but there's other priorities here. Including, improving this and improving that. And also gotta do something about this unruly liege of ours, who's in poor health, and will be succeeded by this man. But we will soon expand whenever that man passes, so we can get this area, clean the liege tunnel, and then figure a way out to get us out of Armenia and all these sort of things. Yeah. That's the idea. So we hope you people have enjoyed this very well done episode. Did a wedding, and then during the pilgrimage, took the Silk Road merchants with us, and we haggled to get rich. And boy, we sure did. And now I'm about to burn a bunch of that money in the next episode. So we'll see you in the next one. But until then, so long for now.